right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're not just wading in, we are plunging headfirst into something, well, something you've probably never encountered before.
No, definitely not your everyday topic. We're looking at a really groundbreaking use of AI, specifically in the sentencing phase of a criminal trial.
Yeah, it's a case involving a tragic road rage shooting. We've got some info from the BBC, a few other bits describing what happened.
Right. But the core of our dive today is this really quite unique, maybe even controversial use of artificial intelligence to give a voice to the victim.
A voice from someone who's passed away.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, and it definitely raises some big questions.
Huge questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's set the scene a bit. This happened in Chandler, Arizona, back in November 2021.
Right. A man named Chris Pelkey was fatally shot during a road rage incident. The person responsible, Gabriel Horcasitas, was later found guilty of manslaughter.
So that's the tragic event itself. Pretty straightforward legally, maybe, up to that point. But then comes the sentencing hearing.
And this is where things get different. Really different. The victim's family decided to do something unprecedented.
They used AI to create a representation of Chris Pelkey.
How did they even do that? I mean, what did they use?
Well, based on the reports, his family, particularly his sister, Stacey Wales, gathered materials. Voice recordings of Chris, videos he was in, pictures.
Wow. So, like, his actual voice?
Elements of it, yeah.
Yeah.
They used all that digital material to create this AI version of him that could speak.
Okay, but who decided what the AI would say? Did the AI write it?
No, that's a really crucial point. His sister, Stacey Wales, she wrote the entire statement. The words were hers, reflecting what she believed her brother would want to express.
Okay. So the AI was more like the delivery mechanism, the voice?
Exactly. It delivered the message penned by the family. It wasn't AI generating sentiments. It was AI vocalizing sentiments provided by the family.
Gotcha. So what did this AI version of Chris Pelkey actually say in court?
It was quite remarkable, actually. The AI, speaking as Chris, addressed the man convicted of killing him. Directly. It said, and this is a quote, "To Gabriel Horcasitas, the man who shot me, it is a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances."
Whoa!
Yeah, and it went on. "In another life, we probably could have been friends. I believe in forgiveness and a God who forgives. I always have and I still do."
That's heavy. Forgiveness from an AI representation of the victim.
And there was this detail, too. The AI avatar was depicted wearing a gray baseball cap, apparently something Chris often wore.
Man, imagine being Horcasitas, or anyone in that courtroom, really, seeing and hearing that.
Absolutely. And the judge's reaction is also a big part of this story. Judge Todd Lang.
What did he make of it? Was he okay with this?
He was more than okay with his things. He actually praised it. He said, "I love that AI. Thank you for that."
He loved the AI. In court.
Yep. And he added, "As angry as you are, as justifiably angry as the family is, I heard the forgiveness. I feel that was genuine."
Genuine forgiveness. Channeled through AI. That's quite a statement from the judge.
It really is. And it throws this whole thing wide open, doesn't it? Is this the future? Is this a good thing?
Exactly. And experts are, predictably, kind of lining up on different sides of this.
Right. You've got some folks who see this as a natural progression, like Paul Grimm. He's a retired federal judge now at Duke Law School.
What's his take?
He points out that Arizona courts already use AI, for instance, to help analyze Supreme Court rulings. He sees this technology as, quote, irresistible.
Irresistible.
Yeah, his view seems to be that we're going to see more of this, and it needs to be evaluated on a, case-by-case basis, sort of a step into the future perspective.
Okay, makes sense from a tech adoption standpoint.
Yeah.
But there have to be concerns, right? Like ethical alarms ringing somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That brings us to the other side. People like Derek Lieben, he's a business ethics professor at Carnegie Mellon.
And he's waving a caution flag.
A pretty big one. He acknowledges the positive intent in this specific case, but he's worried about the precedent, the sort of slippery slope argument. Meaning, okay, it worked out this time, the family's intent was clear.
Yeah.
But what about future cases? He raises the question, if we have other people doing this moving forward, are we always going to get fidelity to what the person, the victim in this case, would have wanted?
That's a huge question. Fidelity, authenticity. Can you guarantee the AI voice truly represents the deceased person's wishes or character, especially if someone else is writing the script?
Exactly. Could it be misused? Could someone create an AI statement that doesn't align with the victim's views, maybe for manipulative reasons?
Okay.
That's the core of the concern.
Yeah, I can see that. The potential for misuse is No, it's kind of scary, isn't it?
It is. But then you circle back to the family in this specific instance. Stacey Wales, the sister who wrote the statement.
What was her reasoning? How did she justify using this very new and potentially fraught technology?
Her perspective was clear. She saw it as giving her brother the final word, a chance for his voice, his essence, to be present in that courtroom. She talked about their ethical approach to it.
Did she have, an analogy for it?
Yeah, she compared the technology to a hammer.
A hammer.
She said a hammer can be used for good, like building something, or for bad, like destruction. Her point was that they chose to use this powerful tool for something constructive, something meaningful that honored her brother.
That's actually a pretty good analogy. The tool itself isn't inherently good or bad, it's the intention behind its use.
Precisely. But even with good intentions, this whole event pushes us into some really complex territory.
For sure. What are the broader implications here, beyond just this one case? We're talking about AI in legal proceedings, specifically for victim impact statements.
It opens up so many questions. Authenticity, we touched on that.
Yeah.
Consent, the victim obviously couldn't consent. The family consented for him based on their knowledge of him. Is that enough?
And what about the emotional impact versus, say, a family member reading a statement themselves? Does the AI version carry the same weight or a different kind of weight?
Does it feel real? Does it achieve the purpose of a victim impact statement, which is often about conveying the human cost? Or does the technology itself become a distraction, maybe?
Or maybe it enhances it in some ways. The judge seemed to feel it's really uncharted water.
Completely. And you, listening to this, you might be thinking about technology, about ethics, about how justice itself is evolving. This case hits all those points.
It really does. It forces you to think about how technology is changing even the most fundamental human experiences, like grief, justice, and having a voice.
So wrapping this up, what are the main takeaways from this deep dive?
Well, first, just the sheer novelty. An AI delivering a victim impact statement in a major criminal case, that's a first, and it's significant.
Definitely. Then there's the split reaction. You've got the judge finding it powerful and genuine, some experts seeing it as progress.
And others raising serious ethical flags about authenticity, consent, and where this could lead. The whole slippery slip thing.
And importantly, the family's perspective, seeing it as a way to honor the victim and give him a final say, using technology responsibly, like that hammer analogy.
Yeah, the emotional core of it, despite the high-tech delivery, that seemed to resonate, at least with the judge.
So it leaves us and you with a pretty profound thought to chew on, doesn't it?
It really does. In an age where technology seems like it can bridge almost any gap, even death, apparently, what does it truly mean for a victim to have a voice in the justice system?
Yeah, where are the boundaries now? Should there be boundaries on using AI in ways that are this sensitive, this impactful? Are we prepared for what comes next as this tech gets even more sophisticated?
Lots to think about. What happens when the voice from the digital beyond becomes commonplace? Heavy stuff. Definitely something to keep pondering.